I ain't been on YouTube in a minute to even play with it. But I'm up at 3 in the morning. If anybody know what these type of hours is, when you up and you can't sleep, you should know what that means. Anybody on the same frequency would know this. But I'm up this late because I got a message. Like, I just feel like I need to share. You know, people, know who you are as a person. You know who you are as far as your ancestries go. Like, know who your great grandmother, your great grandfather. Like, go deep down in family history. You might need to try to get around some elders in the family, try to figure this out, or try to even dig up, some old history on your family. But you need to know and know who you serving, what God you serving. Like, you can't serve. You serving a God. So most people serve a God that they don't even know what God they serving. It's just like they was raised up to believing as God since they was a child. So this is the only God they knew. You know, not knowing how this God came created, not knowing who this God really is, not knowing that they are gods and goddesses. You know, I just I'm just stressing the issue. Like, do your research. I know a lot of people are not fortunate, and I was one of those fortunate ones that had my grandfather and my grandmother. Like, growing up as a young girl, I had them, but when I hit that teenager stage, like 13, 14, 15, they died or whatever. I know y'all can't see me, it's dark, and I ain't trying to turn on the lights, but they died, around that age, but they left me at a good peak because, they taught me a lot about who we are and where we came from and family and how family's supposed to be and, how close we supposed to be and how to break generation curses and to always be there for one another, and to know who we always were, don't never fall victim to a system or someone telling me in books I read in school that I can't be this way or my people was never important. Like, they always told us to study deep, but I have a family crest and I have old pictures from the 1920s and 1900s, so the beginning of 1900s of family, and even can go back later than that. But I just want people of Melon, to know who you are, because a lot don't know. And once you realize who you are and where you come from, a lot of things will start changing for you. Like, when you tap into, they're gonna say they call it third eye, kundalini, your pineal gland. But when you tap into who you are, your higher self, you learn so much. Like, they teach us everything in school, but never taught us how to line up our chakras and meditate and stay out of toxic situations. You know, everything we learn is basically like we got to go to school, we got to get this degree, we got to get a degree just to work for a business. But you don't need no degrees to open up your own business. I just sitting here thinking, and it's the wee hours and shit. I ain't got nothing else to do. I gotta be to work, but oh well. I'm gonna talk to y'all before I go. I need to set my Uber. But I just want y'all to like do y'all research. I used to be out there blinded in that world. And then I got two daughters now. And it kind of fucked me up a lot because I don't want my daughters growing up not knowing, who they are. Like, I have a daughter that's mixed with Italian, and she was like, Mom, so you're just African American? No, baby. There's no such a thing as a fucking African American. You know, this is a Native American land, first of all. So half of the people that's around here saying they African American and putting this shit on their fucking resumes and their fucking applications on everything and as they race, half of y'all are fucking Native Americans and don't even know it. You know? I mean, any this is what I don't get when it comes to the conscious community too. Stop with all these every stop with all the Moors and the fucking Native Americans and everybody else, because that's all a part of our fucking life. That's all a part of our tribe. What we don't walk now as people of color and melon. Like, you gotta understand this, and you gotta be willing and ready to own up to your shit, because we don't living on we've been living on lies. I don't give a fuck. And I mean, I know shit like this get watched, and I already done been through hell with the fucking system and keeping motherfucker buying down because they know how powerful you is. People don't get that shit. You know, a lot of people like a bunch of bullshit. They don't want the truth. Like, it's cool to follow that trend because everybody wearing it. It's cool to listen to that rap because everybody's saying it. But you got to be careful what you put your energy into, because you be putting your energy into something that's draining you, ain't even feeding you. You be putting your energy into serving things that you don't even need to serve. Just imagine if you put all your energy into you. You, how much better would you be when you stop trying to figure out how to control another person's mindset, or you stop trying to figure out how another person think, or you stop trying to be accepted by everyone, or how people are going to look at you or feel about you in a situation. That shows growth. All I'm saying is that I'm up with my ancestors right now, and I can't hide no more. I gotta come out with this shit, and they just telling me to, like, tell y'all right now, like, it's time. Like, they talk about a huge awakening in the world. Yeah, that's the awakenings, but you need to know who you are and what you serving and where you come from, because it plays a major part of where you really are in life and where you're trying to go. I'm not coming over here bashing on this page being racism and none of that shit, because shit is all bullshit, because all civilization started from a black woman. But that stuff we don't know. A lot of don't know. I knew. Because I had ancestors to teach me, give me the keys to the streets as a young girl. But in my heart though, like, I feel in my chest chakra right now, like, in my heart, when I'm feeling that in my chakra, it's like somebody gotta tell it. But my videos I'm pretty sure this video gonna get overlooked because a lot of people don't want to hear no real stuff. A lot of people want to entertain some foolishness, and then you can't see my face in it anyway, so I really don't care. But at the end of the day, I just want people to research. Is it God you sure you serving? Who made up these? Like, Lauren Hill says it best. Like, who made up these schools? I say. Who made up these rules? I say. Is it God that you sure you serving? We need to know, because we're in a system right now that shit's fucked up. And I can sit here and relate to the shit being fucked up, because the shit done took me under. You know, the shit took me under, and it scripted me for everything that I really didn't fucking need. People in my life and the things I needed. Like materialistic shit. Like, people don't realize that, one, once you don't think about money, money comes to you. Money is a control tool too. Money can control you. You know, people don't understand and they let money break up happy families and money break up relationships and money break up ties and bonds. I mean, it's a lot, but not even money. You got people out here in this materialistic world that monkey see, monkey do. You know, like everything is a new trend. I'm gonna tell you straight up. TV ain't for no fucking body to be watching. Not even to the fucking news. Like, the shit tell you straight up what it is. Tell, lie, vision. The bitch telling you lies, yo. Like, these motherfuckers done took all the values and morals out the fucking world. You know, scripted. It's showing you now that you can't even be fucking married unless you gotta marry a rapper, or a basketball player, NBA player, NFL player, or a doctor. The shit's a trend, you know? And I mean, I feel like in my past life, I was a queen and I had several husbands, but in this society, it's showing you that ain't nobody, no man is faithful to one woman no more. You know, it's to a point where the women that the man married to the wife don't get no praise, but the woman they cheating with can get talk shows and be on reality shows. Or My Mistress and Scandal and Mary Jane. That's not something I want to teach my kids. Like, I don't want to teach my kids to. I got two girls, by the way, but to it's okay to sleep with a married man, because listen, the shit come back. What you put out in this universe, it comes back. If it don't hit you, it's gonna hit your kids. If it don't hit your kids, it's gonna hit your grandkids. It's a generation curses people put out here, and they don't know how powerful the shit is. That's why I tell people, do treat people the way you want to be treated. It ain't saying that shit like you gotta kiss nobody ass, but if you can't deal with a person, then don't deal with them. You know, but don't wish no harm on them. Don't wish no bad on them, because you magical than a motherfucker. Whatever a person manifests in their mind, that shit can come to pass. And people don't know that. And I know I'm not the only motherfucker with deja vu sitting here like, I don't wish some shit. As a kid, like, oh, this motherfucker, I wish that happened. I wish that happened. And then the shit actually happened. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, damn, did I speak that shit in existence? I really didn't mean that, you know? All I'm saying is that, you gotta teach your kids that they gods and goddess and they kings and queens, you know? You gotta teach your kids at a young age. Don't let television, social media, and technology raise your kids. And that happens a lot these days, you know? Shit's crazy. You got kids these days arguing and fighting with their mama over a cell phone. You got young girls, ain't nothing but 13 and 14 years old, 12 years old, on fucking social media with little shorts on, half shirts, and looking like they in their 20s. You know? Like, they don't remember their childhood. They skipped the childhood growing up that area to just go ahead and being a full teenager, you know? To adult, young adult. You got a lot of kids out here misguided too. That's another thing I want to advise all parents. If you with the baby father or your baby mom, if you're not with them, stop using these kids as a weapon. Stop keeping the kids away from their mama, or stop trying to keep the kids away from their daddy. If anything, come together and raise that child. It takes a village to raise a kid. You see what I'm saying? A village. So stop trying to bring gaps in a family because of your feelings or how you feel about the baby mother or how you feel about the baby father, and actually bring them kids together and break that generation of curse. Because 9 times out of 10, you feeling this way because you grew up in a broken childhood home, right? And so you don't know no better. But that's why you have kids, because that gives you a chance to break that generation of curse. Some people don't been born in families where they wasn't even accepted because of their race, because they was mixed. Some people done been not accepted by certain people because of they didn't just some people just didn't like them, or even to the point where the siblings didn't like them, so they decided not to deal with them, or because of the past or whatever. At the same time, right now is a time to break them generational curses. You see what I'm saying? We need to be teaching our kids how to love one another and be setting examples through us as parents, as aunts, as uncles, as brothers, and as sisters, to show our kids, that this is what love is about. We might argue, fuss, and fight, but at the end of the day, we know how to make up, you know? And to the point where, yeah, me and your mom and dad is not together no more, but guess what? That's still my friend, and we still gonna get along for your sake. I'm trying to think of the word. Ineffable. Okay, I'm sleeping still. Just waking up. This is the message I have to tell y'all. But just to the point where you guys could co-parent on the same level, and I seen it done. Like me and my siblings has went as far as we broke generational curses. Like my mom had her kids at a young age, which and my grandmother did, and my great grandmother, because back in those days you can get married at 12. So that curse done broke down. But then when it came to my mom, her oldest sister had her son in high school, and my mom ended up having my oldest sister in high school. Me and my two sisters made a pact, and we said, you know what? We ain't finna have that with our girls. They gonna graduate from high school to get an education before they have kids. And my oldest sister, she did that. Her oldest daughter, she graduated with no kids. You know, her middle child graduated with no kids. Here I am. I got my daughter. She graduated with no kids. She's 19 now. I had my daughter when I was 15. My siblings had their kids when they were 16. And not even just on that side, it was on, it's curses, generation curses lead. And people got to know how to break them. Like, if you don't spend time with your kid and you don't be honest with your kid and you keep trying to buy your kid love with all this social media and not letting them know the real deal, I'm going to feel sorry for you and your kids, because in the end of the day, your kids ain't going to never know. And just because you don't know, what gives you the right to rob them for knowing? You know, you should want to know who your family is. If you never had a family that got together for family reunions or stuff like that, you need to be trying to find out where your family is, because it can be some incest shit. And people don't think like that either. It could be some real life fucking incest shit going on. People don't know. You could be sleeping with your cousins and anything if you don't know. You know? Tell you a short story. I'm from a small town called Nashville, Georgia. And I met this guy at a club in Valdosta. And I was like 16, 17. I'm going to say 17. Thought I was hot stuff, hot to try. But I met this dude. Dude was real cool or whatever. He liked me. He was like, yo, let me get your phone number. So I gave him my phone number. So I never had sex with the dude. We never even seen each other after that. Like, we didn't link back up. And he just called me and we was talking on the phone one day. And he was like, I got interested. I'm like, so where you from? He was like, he's from Adel. And I was like, oh, who your people? He was like, the Jenkins. And I was like, oh, he was like, who your people? And I'm like, oh, the Dowers. Now listen, this is just how I didn't know something, where it sidetracked me not knowing. Because at the time, My mind went in trying to know who I was. I was out there in that world trying to keep up with the latest trend. Um, Back then, what was it? Sergio, Valentino, Iceberg, throwback, the fashion and stuff like that. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I knew what my grandparents taught me before they died. So about family and stuff. So I'm sitting up here and I was like, yeah, my grandmother I'm a Doward and I'm a Jones. So I say Doward to this dude. This dude say Doward. He said, what's your grandma name? I said, my grandma name Rhonda Doward. He said, that's my auntie. My grandmother maiden name is Jenkins. She was a Jenkins. You see what I'm saying? Now, what if I didn't have that type of mindset I did at 17-year-olds to actually, like I still do now, and I advise my kids to get to know this guy and talk to him about shit that matters, or we decide to do that because they don't do that nowadays. They just everything's just jumping into bed with somebody. I could have been laying up with my cousins, my grandmother's sister's grandson. You know, I could have had some incest shit going on. That's why I tell people it's very important to know where the hell you come from and who your people is. Even if you don't know that, start with your generation now. Start with your older siblings, your uncles. Ask questions in the family. Somebody know. If you let me tell you, the ones that know the most, it's always that black sheep in the damn family. The one that everybody cast out to be crazy and just a drunk and they ain't got nothing because they ain't living in these expensive cars and expensive houses and have these nice cars and they ain't got this college education and they ain't really they country and can't talk or they listen. Them the ones you need a motherfucker listen to because the motherfuckers who sitting up here thinking they above everybody with all this college tuitions and educations, that shit don't mean nothing but in fucking America. And at the end of the day, not to be racist, but shit, the truth is the matter. I don't give a fuck how many degrees you got. You still a nigga in people in his eyes. You still one of the less fortunate. You still don't know who how powerful you is, so we gonna bind you by making you not powerful, by scripting you. Even though you got all these degrees, you still can't be as what you can be. You still can't live as what you can live. You go to school for a degree, like I said earlier, to work for a business, and you can open up your own fucking business with no degrees. These people, my grandfather and my grandmother had sixth grade and motherfucking third grade education. You see what I'm saying? And no more shit. Then I see told me shit in the 90s, the middle 90s to since I was a little girl. I was born in 84, so till they died in 97 and 2000. Told me shit as a little girl that I could see come to pass today. How they knew that with a third grade education. That's why I tell people, he who controls the mind controls the world. Everything, what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. You gotta know where you come from, man. I mean, it's kind of weird and I know it's scary because I caught myself up in it. I mean, I was deep, especially when it came to this religion thing, man. Man, I was a Christian. You couldn't tell me Jesus wasn't real. You couldn't tell me nothing. But I always knew in the back of my mind that somehow I was different. And I couldn't never tap into it. But see, that's when you know you a healer or empath or spiritual or I'm going to say what they call it, shit, witches and warlocks. Harry Potter, they tell you the shit on the, and it's special people in the world. And the motherfucking government look for us. And right now, I know I'm gonna be watched for this shit. I don't give a damn because guess what? They done held me down for a long time. But I dare a motherfucker to come after me and don't know what the fuck he coming for. You can't come use my power against me, motherfucker. You can have all this materialistic shit. I got a peace of mind. I don't need that. But I tell people that like I studied this guy for years, argue with people for years. My friend used to come at me when I was in my early 20s, like, "Yo, how you saying that?" I'm like, "You so I'm supposed to serve, worship idols," and I'm going off on him. And he talking about some, so Jesus ain't no idol on the cross. Man, I went off on this dude. But see, I'm a dreamer. I was told as a kid, even in the church, I had the gift of Joseph. Joseph was the chosen child. They cast him out there in the prison and everything. And I ain't gonna lie, I done went through all that shit. Straight up. I'm the baby of 8 siblings on my mom and daddy's side all together. And only two of us, I'm gonna say three, four. I'm gonna say two of us have only did time in jail. I only did some punk ass couple of months, but my brother done did years. And once you powerful, they gonna try to hold your ass down, baby. Brainwash you. They even doing it to our kids. Motherfuckers taking vaccine shots when you don't need no fucking vaccine for your kid. Your breast milk is better than anything. The vaccine's been fucking kids up since day one, especially colored kids. We got the IQ test. And when our kids take the IQ test and master it, they tell y'all that the melon skin or black kids, or even mixed kids, because they black, they feel like they black too. They ain't got no fair chance either. Any nationality other than white. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be racist, just being real. But they tell you that your kids is slow, special ed, illiterate. If they telling you this shit and you believe in this shit and you telling your kid they have a learning disability and they ain't smart enough and they can't do this. So now you just fucked up your child mentally because you believe in what somebody else giving your child a test on and you're not giving this test and you see what your child is capable of. They telling you your child need this medicine and you medicine drugging your kids up because somebody else telling you. When the fuck did it come down to you not knowing what the fuck is wrong with your kids? Truth be told, kids be so goddamn brilliant at that age that the teacher ain't even smarter than them. Motherfuckers that signing up to be teachers, they in it for a check. They really don't know shit because they've learned the same bullshit that they trying to teach. I recommend homeschooling. If you are knowledgeable, awakened, conscious, higher self, higher path, higher calling, higher consciousness, empath, spiritual, shit, anything, fairies, God, if who God is, whoever you are, homeschool your kids because at the end of the day, their knowledge starts at home. It's 4:15. I'm still up talking to y'all, but I don't get. I mean, I'm up. I'm gonna make it through the day. Oh well. But teach them at home. Teach your sons that they are kings because right now it's to the point where they're killing all our young black men. And it's police who's supposed to be protecting them. The only difference is that people ain't realizing they took the nukes and the trees out of them and just could shoot you in the broad daylight and get away with it. You know, train them who they are as they king. And I'm not gonna say, and sometimes like it's sad that we get stereotyped for being type of people that is just violent and harsh. Like that's what they say. Like I listened to the news the other day, CNN, Oh, the fucking white lady, I don't forgot her name. She on this bitch and she say, well, you got to think about kids' behaviors in schools. Little boys that was raised in families that don't have a together parenting in the house, a mother and father in the house, then their behavior be chance to be out of control. So those kids needs to be having their medicine. Bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Okay, that's some bullshit because they telling y'all that these little boys have need written. They got what ADHD, ADD, schizophrenic. Um, my niece autistic. My niece was. That's another story. They telling y'all all these motherfucking things wrong with y'all kids, and y'all kids are fucking brilliant. But y'all don't know no better and do your own research, and y'all just listen to what they say. Y'all have became a victim to the system, and that shit, I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm fucking pissed off about it. Because that drug is thrilling them. They ain't gonna be able to make them motherfucking kids. Them vaccine shots. Everything these motherfuckers doing, it's mandatory to get vaccines or you go to jail or your kids can't go to school. Fuck school. I can homeschool. My kids ain't got to get that shit. You know, my ancestors came out in slavery. Motherfuckers ain't nothing was wrong with them. They ain't have no fucking retardation. And the only thing they did was suck on the fucking titty. Even to the fucking white people, European people. Y'all sucked on fucking Indians' titties and black and people are melon titties too. When your mamas went breastfeeding you, then they was babysitting you. You was sucking their goddamn milk. Blood from their bodies was going in you. The point I'm trying to make is, I don't want to sound racist because I'm not racist. That's the point. That's another matter. At the end of the day, this is what I need everybody to realize in America. That's how they keeping people divided through this race shit. When another motherfucking planet pull up here and different motherfucking creatures get out, you gonna realize it's only one motherfucking race and that's human. You feel me? And civilization starts from the black woman. It's just that the European was further on the other side of the equator. But you gotta think about it. If you cut your skin, your arm, you're gonna bleed just like the person with no pigmentation in their skin. If they skin melt off, they score are gonna have the same score you have. It's a difference when it comes to the brain, but we ain't going there. But at the same time, it's only one race and that's human. And if people can come together and stop thinking that way, because you never know who the fuck you entertaining, you know? Everybody ain't the same. Sometimes tests and trials will come to you. Your ancestors can come back to you in a different form, in a different race. And just because the hate that generation brought down from all other races, you don't even know who you entertaining because the hate towards this race and this people of color, that shit ain't right, man. I applaud fucking Paris, France. Them motherfuckers over there protesting. You see how the whole fucking community came together? Fuck that shit. Y'all gonna do right by us. We can't do that shit in America because we too busy fighting amongst our own race, or we trying to too busy blaming another race for shit that's wrong with us. It's to the point now, like I say, wake up. Know who the fuck you are and where you come from. Break these generational curses. Don't let your kids and your grandkids and great grandkids be a victim to the shit that you witnessed growing up. Change their life for the better. Give them hope and let them know who they are. Give them something to look up to. Don't give them this false image of life that they can look at a dictionary and see this color white is better, but then they being called black and they seeing this black is so awful. Teach them as a young age man that they're powerful. Those are kings. Teach the little girls they are princes and queens, prince and queen. Teach them. Teach them that the young females are more than their body. Because that's what they see on TV. That's what the rappers rap about, the female rappers. You got to do this script for some money, or you got to sleep with somebody for some money, or you got to suck some Peter for some money. The little boys, our little boys look like you got to sell drugs for some money. You got to kill, rob, and steal. This is what they listening to on this television. And then you got these reality TV shows. You seeing these rappers and all this, and you seeing it, they watching this too. Somebody gonna have to take the upper hand and change this generation of curse. I mean, I ain't got nobody watching me now live, and I really don't care. But I ain't saying I'm trying to change the world, but I'm gonna spark one or two people out of this video. And y'all can't see me, but I'm pretty sure you'll see the other videos. But and I'm finna start posting videos because I'm following my spiritual calling. Like I'm realizing now that sometimes things come for a reason in season. Like a tree, you got leaves. When the season get ready to change, leaves fall off. You got some bad weather or some harsh wind or some bad thunderstorm and branches fall off. But that root, you feel me? That root ain't going nowhere. And when I talk about this root, if nobody don't know what a mulberry tree is, I advise you to Google mulberry tree and look at the roots to mulberry tree. When I say them roots go deep, any tree roots go deep under the ground. That's what we need to go back to our roots and where we really came from and know where you come from. Know where your family come from. Yeah, they tell you African American, but half of y'all ain't even come from damn Africa. Half of y'all are Native Americans. They just took over Native American land. And they telling y'all that y'all African. Bullshit. It's so much lies and deceits in this world. Because he who controls the mind controls the world. They even changing shit up from the Bernstein Bears to the Berenstein Bears. It was the Bernstein Bears my whole damn life in school. We ain't got Rapunzel no more. We got motherfucking Tangle. But the thing is, if you are 70s and from the 80s on and behind, they told us a lot of stuff. They taught us a lot of stuff. Even with cartoons, the Jetsons. Um, Shit, Disney was a good one too. But they always said Disney was throwing subliminal messages for sexes in the background. But at the same time, they was teaching you about your conscience and your ego though. And people don't realize that. Because evil and good resides in you. Heaven and hell resides in you. You manifest your own desire. And back in the day, they just showed them cartoons, right? When a person know they be thinking they finna do something bad, and then they had that good angel pop up, and then they had the devil pop on the other shoulder. But ironically, the good angel and the bad angel look exactly like the person. You feel me? You go through that every day in life. You know what's right. You choose to do wrong because your ego tell you to. But whatever. I just came to share this message with y'all. And I gotta be out of this house by 6:20. It's 4:26, so I might could talk a little more. I can get off here at 5. That'll give me time. No. And that's what I'm saying. Make time out for yourself. No technology, no nothing. Just you breathing. And breathing in, holding your breath. Count the 4 silent in your mind as you breathing out. That shit is a stress relief. It's little shit that people saying that they got PTSD and anxiety and all this fucking shit. Oh, my nerves bad and oh, I can't do this. They got y'all taking all these motherfucking drugs on shit that you can heal yourself. And half of the shit you can heal yourself with herbs in your cabinet, fruits, breathing techniques. water. But you know they poisoning that shit now. But I'm just saying, it's time for you to know who you are and where you come from. And all this energy you putting in believing what someone's telling you about yourself. How about you start putting that energy into yourself and start knowing yourself? Knowing who you are. Because ain't nobody gonna do you like you. Ain't nobody gonna love you like you. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you like you. You can serve a God, you can serve a job, you can serve so much stuff. And at the end of the day, they put you flat on your ass. Yeah, you can get this job, but then if you get too crowded and they feel like they got more workers better or they overcrowded, they can lay your ass off. But you done put all your energy into every day going to this damn job, waking up, being there on time, dressing up for the occasion, being respectable, taking stuff you don't want to take. And you could have been putting all that energy into building you and your brand, opening up your business. People don't think like that. And I didn't either. So that's why I could here to say this with y'all because I'm a victim of my damn self. I was, let's say that, past tense. But now I know, and I'm coming here to share with y'all because this is some weird shit. I was in here not the fuck out sleep. I mean, I ain't been live on fucking YouTube since I came to state of Texas. And then I said I was changing. Then, I left Atlanta and came to Texas. And since I came here, I done found out who I was and I realized a lot of shit. I realized why I'm different from my siblings. I realized I'm different from people. I realized why shit in the world affects me. I realize why I see people being mistreated, it hurts me. I realize why when I see somebody hungry or in need, it affects me. Because I'm different. And I'm not afraid to say it. You got some people that could feel that way on the inside and they see a situation, but just because they are part of a crew or their family or somebody in there telling them what to do or telling them how to think and I wouldn't do that or just don't do that. You letting them talk you out of what how you feel. They blocking who you really are because you're trying to stereotype their life and live vicariously through them. When at the end of the day, everybody comes in this world alone. Everybody comes in this world alone, one by one. I don't care if it is triplets, twins, or whatever. You still come out one, but ain't no babies came out twice at the same time. Everybody got one soul, right? Everybody can't live for you, and ain't nobody. Everybody can't die for you. You gotta start living for yourself. But before you leave this earth, please start doing your research on yourself. Start studying who you are. Right now, I just feel like everybody should go to an older family member that's still living. If you got them, ask them questions. And if you ain't got them, just start thinking about your situation. How can you say, if you got siblings that you don't talk to, and you got family members that you got it out with, and I don't care about them, you don't care if they live or die, you don't care what their situation, what's going on with them, how can you honestly say that you can love somebody else as a wife or your kids or other people when you can't even love your own sibling? That's where love starts in the house. That's where it's bounded at, seeing the love of a mom and a father, or a mom or a father. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, I was raised as in a single parent house, but I had my father there too. They didn't have to be together to raise me right, but they cared enough to compromise for my happiness. They put their pride and ego to the side for my happiness, and that's what matters the most. And that triggered something in me that I start as a young girl wanting to break generations curse. I got married young because I wanted my daughters. My oldest daughter, I had her at 15. I got married young. I let her know you get married and then have kids. Don't be like me. Be better than me. My second daughter I was married. My kids was in a two-parent household. I mean, I'm still struggling on one end, but that's getting better because I ain't speak negative on it because I don't see nothing but positivity coming. When you speak negative things in your life, you manifest them in your life. People don't know how powerful words are. People don't know how powerful that damn tongue is in your mouth. The Bible try to tell you in so many words, but that's why it's a parable because they done written this same book so many times to change the characters and the people. But at the end of the day, what's meant for you is for you. But it goes deeper than that. You're gonna have to study on the stars, the universe. I was always a child knowing things was different by how the wind blow or how the sun shine or I knew when it was gonna rain or when it was gonna be hot. I'm too young to know this. But that's what I sought that watching my ancestors knowing. I ain't supposed to be, I was supposed to die at birth. My neck's supposed to broke in the birth canal. But I'm here. God, I'm just saying though. Talk about me. Y'all know y'all can't see me. Y'all see my wild hair. Y'all see my wool though. I'm gonna braid this down. But oh that's another thing. I want all my melon sisters. Who told you your hair wasn't beautiful? Who told you your skin complexion wasn't beautiful? Who told you your body wasn't perfect the way it is? Who told you you're not a goddess? Who told you you're not you're the mother earth, you give birth to civilization? And that's another thing. A lot of melon men, don't even respect their own race no more. They so stuck on this superficial stereotype shit that they want somebody with all fake shit. And then in the end of the day, when they leave your ass and done took all your money and done left you high and dry, you want to say, "Oh, she was fake." Bitch, I I could have told you that from the fake ass and the titties and the hair and the nails. But if melon women only knew your hair, your skin, your lips, your everything about you is powerful, baby. Embrace your own self. You don't have to live in this materialistic world to be accepted. If you too dark, fuck that shit. I'm dark and I love it. But the blacker the berry, like Tupac say, the motherfucker sweeter the juice. But like he said, reverse. I say the deeper the flesh, man, the deeper the root. You see what I'm saying? I like Kendrick Lamar. Show me something fucking natural. Like afros on Richard. Show me naturals. Like fucking afro on Richard Pryor. Scratch marks. Everybody ain't fucking built for it tough. Everybody looking at these TV shows, these reality shows, seeing motherfuckers with fake asses, fake titties. And they're like, damn, they competing with this. And these dudes, these young boys out here, man, that's the definition of a bad woman. No, that's the definition of a black woman. Or I'm not going to say black because we're not black. Of a melon color, melon woman who don't know how beautiful she really are inside, who was never trained or taught how beautiful she was and how special and how she is a queen, or from a princess to a queen to a god and a goddess. She never knew that. And that's what I'm saying now, people. If we can break these generation curses with our young kids now, we can change the world. I ain't trying to change the world to being the richest person in the world. I ain't trying to change the world to being the famous person in the world. I ain't trying to change the world being the most popular person in the world. Because that don't matter. I just want to change the world with the truth. And it all starts with you. You have to find you first. That's like I said, you can't say how you love somebody when you don't even have that love for yourself. How can you love your kids when you don't love yourself? How can you have hatred in your heart against your family member or your sibling or and you say you love somebody else, but you can't even love your own sister and brother. And when that's where love starts at in the foundation of a home. We gotta change the world. We gotta do what's right for our kids and our grandkids and our great grandkids and our great grandkids. We gotta make that generation better. We gotta break them curses. We gotta set traditions and values and morals that they don't know nothing about no more. You look at go to a public place. You look at 9 times out of 10 in a restaurant, in the airport, grocery store, mall. 9 times out of 10, everybody on technology, and that's controlling them. I done seen little kids fall out of the stroller, done fell down, knocked over. Their parents ain't even paying attention because get what? They on technology. Little boy done ran outside of the damn store. Could have got hit by a car. Mama on technology. Mama on technology done left the baby in the car and the little boy done put the car in drive and finna run through a building. It's a distraction to distract you for what matters the most, and it's yourself and your kids. Your kids should be your number one attention. It shouldn't be no social site. No social site shouldn't have to validate your everyday life. No social site shouldn't have to tell you how to live. You shouldn't wake up every morning and go on the social site. For what? To see how everybody else living. You stay on social sites and you stay on these games and you stay on all of these blogs and all this all day long and ain't did nothing for yourself. Take some time out for yourself. Go somewhere silent. Just close your eyes and breathe. Light you some incense and some candles in the tub. Just go breathe. Yourself deserve at least 20 to 30 minutes of your time a day. When you start that, you'll start seeing that isolation is the key to finding out who you really are, to show you how to really love and how to really heal yourself. People is not your key to healing yourself. Once you step outside the box, you'll see things totally different. When you're in the box, you can't see it. Get yourself outside the box. I'm gonna tell you God and the truth. I don't have best friends from my childhood. I don't have siblings. I don't have people I love, family members. In my journey of finding me, I cut back from them. Not saying I don't love them, but at the same time, you gotta set boundaries with your time and your energy. Because your energy is very sacred. Protect that at all costs because you can tap into some bad energy and now your day fucked up. You can be feeling good. Somebody come around you with a fucked up attitude. Now you got a fucked up attitude. Don't know what because their energy don't transfer to you. And then your time. People don't understand, and people like to play with this a lot. Time is something you cannot get back. You can get back money, you can get back cars, you can get back clothes, you can get back jewels, you can get back a lot of shit. But when that second and that minute and that hour go by, you can't rewind that. So try to use it wisely. Make it count. You know, a lot of y'all gonna see this video and be like, what the fuck does she know? I ain't gonna tell you nothing. I ain't never been through it. And I can tell you about heartaches. I can tell you about jail. I can tell you about drug use. I can tell you about families turning against you. I can tell you about losing everything. I can tell you about friends turning their back on you. I can tell you about the ones that you love to give up on you. I can tell you about a lot of things that I have experienced in my 34 years of my life. And I'm the baby of 8. And my siblings, besides one, would have killed themselves or been batshit crazy on pills, diagnosed with something. They couldn't survive what I have survived in life. I'm shocked that I survived myself. And I can just look back and be like, you did that, girl. I wasn't a perfect person. I was a motherfucker. Whoever know me watching this, you know I was a motherfucker. But that's my past and I don't live there no more. And I refuse to let anybody drag me back down the place where I healed myself from. Nobody didn't heal me. No God didn't save me. I saved myself and I healed myself. No psychologist, no counselor didn't counsel me. I be laughing. They got psychologists and counselors that try to tell people how to live their life and their life fucked up. You got all these clients because it's for a paycheck, telling them this and putting them on medicine. Well, guess what? In the end of the day, just tell your fucking client to go somewhere, relax, and just listen to and meditate. Avoid technology for a whole day. Do something that you used to do as your childhood, like draw, paint, make something, make a necklace, make a bracelet, make clothes, do shit. Tap into your fucking skills, cause you're losing it. I guess it's my cute ancestors like, you gotta get your ass up for work. It's 4:45. Pay attention though, for real, people. Like we in a spiritual war zone, people. People don't realize that shit, you know. And it's sad. Let me go ahead and set this up. But it's sad though, you know. Stop letting material things control you and raise your kids. Stop letting people control you and raising your kids. I talk about family earlier a lot in here and saying how we need to stick together. But if family is come between your kids' happiness and what's right for your kids, sometimes you gotta let their ass go, baby. I'm just being honest. And it hurts. Because who the fuck wants to let go of their family? But at the same time, if your family loves you, if your family loves you, they will let go of you to see you happy. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Like, to the point where I just want everybody to, wake up. Hell, I was in the sleep. Apparently, the ancestors, or what you want to say, spirit guides or angels, whoever you believe in, whatever, guides and goddesses, woke me up to give y'all this message. I mean, stop being mind controlled. Do what's right, not because what you see or hear other people say was right. Do what you feel. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. A lot of people have the right gut feeling and they won't go with it because they're afraid of what everybody else gonna think of them or they gonna make fun of them. Who gives a fuck about what people think? Because half the time, what the fuck are those people doing for you? Half the time, people be trying to tell you how to live their life, your life, and their life be out of order. Half the time, we going to these psychologists and these counselors, they telling us about our life, and get what? Their life ain't even in order. That's why I always tell people, I speak for experience. If a person ain't been through what I've been through on a personal level, I can't understand you. I don't understand what knowledge you can give me. Now you could probably, be like, hey, it's gonna get better, you know, just stay positive. Yeah, but don't try to tell me how I need to conduct myself and what I need to do in this situation when you will never know the situation. That's just like me telling somebody I understand how it feels to lose your mom. I can't say that. You know why? Because my mom's alive. But what I can tell you how I feel is to lose my dad because my dad's dead. I can't tell you how I feel to lose an aunt and an uncle, grandparents, cousins, friends. I'm talking about somebody you can just be on the phone with night before, and next morning you pull up and you see this person laid out dead in the middle of the road. Good heart. Never did nobody wrong. Told me positive. Told me positive things. Told me to stop hanging out with people. I put myself through that. That's why they don't deal with people. He got killed over $25 or $50, I want to say. One of them. And that wasn't even, he wasn't even in the one that owed the money was in Oregon. He just got shot down. I'm talking about real friend. No sex, no nothing. It's rare when you come across a male or a female with no sex involved and just have that real friendship with someone you can talk to. Someone you can talk to about anything. Like what I'm talking to you about. Like you can go over there and be like, well, hey, you know that if you meditate, it can help relieve stress in your body and it can balance you out and, gives you a good break, start of the day. Oh man, you heard about the new Jordans came out? That's the conversation they'll start off with. Or you be like, hey man, if you can get to a better position if you start, speaking it into existence. Stop thinking negative and stop speaking negative over your life and start speaking what you want and it can come to pass. Man, did y'all see that football game? How about those? How about those? What do they say? Whatever team. How about those Roll Tide and them Falcons and you know People are so distracted in this world on giving their energies to television shows, cars, jobs, materialistic things. I don't even serve them because they serving them because they got to go buy it. This what I don't get when it comes to our melon women. Fake hair ain't shit without you. People, I feel like that hair make them look better. No, fake hair don't make you look better. You make fake hair look better because without your fucking head, where the hair would go? Clothes don't make you look better. You make clothes look better because you gotta wear these clothes. Stop feeling like you gotta live in the best house and have the best cars. And I don't seen so many scenarios where you got $100,000 to $80,000 car outside of an apartment complex you renting from. I don't seen people get trying to drive Mercedes and BMWs and then bow down in a car note and ain't never owned it. I don't seen people work for a job for years, but since they live in this material life with these expensive apartments and renting, not owning, and houses renting, not owning, and these cars paying car notes, not buying, they don't put themselves in debt. You got to think about do what you can afford. Get you a cash car. That way, nobody can't come take what's yours when you miss the payment. Just make sure you pay that registration and car insurance. Buy you a starter house. Remodel it. Build up that equity on that house. Flip it. Get you a bigger house than that. Sell that one. On. Leave some stuff back to your grandkids. Own some stuff. When you leave this earth, don't leave your kids with the system to take care of welfare, food stamps, all your family members. But ain't nobody gonna take care of your kids like you. I'm just saying, wake up, people. It's more than life, than what you being portrayed. And I'm not saying don't go to college and get no degrees because that's something that a person can never take from you is what you know. But it's to the point where in America you go to college for all these years and still you got an intern, and then it ain't even no guarantee you gonna still get hired in that job or profession. It ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. And I've been learning that from my grandparents as a little girl. They had third grade and sixth grade educations, and it ain't about what they know, it's who they know that made them bigger in life. I don't know. I mean, all I'm saying is that it got to start with you. You got to start with you raising up them young men, raising up your them men to be princes, raising up the females to be prince. I'm raising the men to be prince, the young boys to be princes, raising up girls to be princesses, raising up them to be, queens. Let them know, like they have the chain of command in the army. Teach them the chain of command in your family. The military has a chain of command. A lot of people send our kids off to the military too to learn structure and the way they live, and they should be learning that in their family. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. But I'm to the point now, though. I'm gonna be coming up with videos like this because, I mean, I just woke up out my dream on some talk to people, and I've been isolating myself. Like I've been in isolation mode. Like I've been on that caterpillar when I was traveling last year. Then I get to Texas and I go into the cocoon, and I feel like I'm peeking out. But as I'm peeking out right now, I'm still communicate. I'm communicating little by little because it's not right for me to know something as simple as it is to change your whole life and your whole family dynamic, and you can take it and run with it by not sharing with y'all. The truth must be heard. But I don't want y'all to take my advice for it. Go study what God you serve. If you believe in Jesus, go study Jesus in different cultures. You believe in Allah, go study Allah in different cultures. Hindu, um, whatever you believe in. But the other ones, whatever you believe in, go research it for yourself. But what's best to do is study where your ancestors, who you are, and where your ancestors came from, and what's your bloodline. Bloodline matter the most. It's a lot of people that's in your bloodline that's not chosen. It's a lot of people in your family that's not chosen. They just followers. So they do what's trendy. You know, they go try to join fraternities and cults and shit to make them feel special because they feel like they was never accepted as the household. But when you know your bloodline and you chosen, baby, you ain't gotta do all that. My heart go out to the lost. Yeah, they lied to our ancestors, great ancestors back in the day, and it took that one. Generation curses is terrible. That shit is like fire. It will burn down everything in its sight until it take one family member to face the flame. And then the ancestors gonna honor you and your kids and your grandkids from that on. It ain't right for single parents to raise babies by themselves. It ain't right for kids not to have both of their parents. It's not right for kids to feel unloved because of certain family members and other siblings. Treat every child equally. If you can sit back and love a child or love grandkids or love other family members more than you love the one that's of your blood, you can love the down the road relatives and the distant relatives or the first cousins but you can't love at home. I speak volumes. How can you love your children? How can you love yourself? You're not teaching your children love. You're teaching your children hate. You're teaching your kids when you die and they got a problem, if their kids have a problem and you're not there to help solve them, that they don't have to come together. They can stay divided. And a generation curse starts. And then, like I said, it's going to burn everything from years and years. Because no one wants to be, everybody want to say they grown, but ain't nobody willing to be grown. To sacrifice their image to be grown. Okay, I gotta get off that subject because I guess that's not what ancestors they talk about. But do your research. Know who you are. Just go for anybody who watch this, whatever color you is. Because down the line, as white people, y'all will find out down the line that y'all got some shit in y'all that y'all didn't even know. Y'all will find out the truth about shit that's been hidden from y'all. And it's to a point where it's getting to the down to the roots where race ain't gonna matter. Earth getting overpopulated. It's going from the lower class to the middle class. Y'all seen the motherfucking purge? On the purge, what they kill? The lower class people or people they had it out for? They gonna make room whether you want them to or not. Martial law gonna come around this motherfucker. We better be learning how to stick together as a people and stop being divided by racisms and groups. I just want y'all to know where y'all came from and know the truth and know your bloodline. But can't shoot the messenger. I gotta leave y'all on that one. All right. So 10-4, 5-9. I'm out.